Was Abraham Lincoln a president?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was just a whatever publical figure.
Welcome to Delulu Diaries, where the timelines don't match, but the receipts always do. Today I have Mr. Delulu here.
Yeah, it's me.
And I'm going to go ahead and catch him up on the current events because I feel like he has gotten out of hearing his Amberlynn updates since I've been working on my channel. And I don't want him to get too far behind. So,
2 birds, 1 stone.
what is the last update that you got on the Amberverse so I know where to fill you in from?
You said that Tommy had come out as admitting to be a feeder or something like that?
Oh, okay, so we're like a year ago.
Maybe. And then... No, because you told me some shit on the way to wedding, like a month or 2 ago. So, what was the news then?
Amberlynn left the LCU, and I think I told you about that part.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the LCU drama. Yeah. Okay, so I remember that. So, got back together with Tommy, got on the LCU, got kicked off the LCU, got back on the LCU. No, didn't get back on the LCU. Okay,
I know exactly where we left off now because we must have left off with the LCU speculation.
Yes.
Okay, so Amberlynn got kicked off the LCU for the AI glass thing. Do you remember me telling you about that?
Vaguely, yes.
Okay, so Amberlynn's co-host friend had made this picture of a box getting shipped to her, and she used AI.
She claimed that there was broken glass in the box.
Yeah.
And you had me looking at it, trying to tell if it was AI, and I believe my conclusion was that it wasn't, no. I was thinking that the box itself wasn't AI, but then the edit of it was.
Which is correct, and... so you guys don't even know this because it was like before I was introducing him onto my channel. I had him examine the box because there is a small photo leaked to Reddit about the situation. And so I was having him look at it. He probably looked at it for a good 20 minutes and then came to the belief that it was possible that the text issues on the box was from rain damage or something, but that the glass inside was definitely AI.
Yeah.
And then they released the full photo and the Gemini AI logo was in the bottom right corner. So I made you do all that work for nothing.
Hey, well, listen, you had the scoop a solid 15 minutes before everyone else did. A solid 15 minutes. So,
okay, so that happened. And then at the time there was speculation on if Amber was involved or not involved. But it's pretty much come out that regardless of what level of involvement she had, she did definitely know. She still denies it, but Christina and Gemini both say that Amber was in on it. So after the LCU happened...
So hang on, let me ask, in on what then? Because if the box is a hoax, what is there to be in on?
Okay, so basically the glass in the box was supposed... And this is going to sound stupid because it is.
Okay.
The glass in the box was supposedly sent in March. This stuff that, like, it being discovered was in April. The box is supposedly sent in March during what the LCU calls Fat Camp, where they all go and drink.
You told me about that.
So the reason for that is because the LCU has a show called Glass, which you might remember I used to be subscribed to.
Mm-hmm.
Christina was claiming that either a Glass host or a Glass fan had sent a box of broken glass to her house. The only proof was that the box was full of glass, which is a little on the nose.
Yeah.
And so they were like, oh, we did track where the box came from because it has an address on it and it's a house that's currently being sold. So it was just used as an address or whatever. It was a whole convoluted story. But they didn't...
But the most astounding part of that to me, I remember when it was going on at the time, what really surprised me was the fact that they would go to the effort to fake that when you can just get a box from the post office, get something made of glass, break it, put it in the box, and stage your fake nonsense. Why would you need AI to do that?
That's what everybody was saying. My opinion on it, and I don't know if anybody has worked out like a real reason for it. My opinion on it is that Christina has kids, and I think she just didn't want to have a box of broken glass around her kids. But like, you know, if you're worried about it, she could have sent anything. She could have sent a letter that said, I am a Glass fan and I know where you know what I mean? Like,
it's silliness. But that's kind of what I've come to expect from the lolcow universe, which, okay, that's the name of the actual program. So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so anyways, the box of glass was actually a secret that was not supposed to be disclosed. They sent it to Keemstar, and Keemstar unbanned Christina, which is the whole reason they did it, is that Christina got banned from the LCU. She was an intern. And so they were like, hey, Glass is attacking Christina. You need to unban her. Don't ask me why they thought this would work or why it did work. Cause
yeah, the logic ain't there, but okay.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm missing details. I tried to look into it, but just so much other stuff happened and people stopped caring. So I was like, well, whatever. So anyways, so that was a behind the scenes drama. What ended up happening is that on screen, one day, Christina and everybody was... Okay, so Christina's show is Hero. So Hero was having beef with another show called Queens. Somebody from Christina's past called one of the girls on Queens because she's not very careful with her phone number, so it's just kind of like public knowledge.
Sure.
And was like, hey, Christina owes me money. You need to get her to pay me. And then Tina, the woman from Queens, was like, hey, this person called me. You need to pay them or whatever. And Christina got all upset because she was like, that's not the truth. That's not what happened, blah, blah. So that was a whole drama I'm not going to get too deep into. But as a result of that, on Hero... the next stream, they were doing exercises. Christina looks off camera. She looks freaking terrified. She runs, she grabs her laptop, doesn't close it or anything. She just like ends the stream.
Yeah, she had some sort of crisis, and Amberlynn like didn't care.
Yeah,
and she was like, "All right, well, whatever. I don't know why she left." Like, okay.
Exactly. It took them it literally took them for audience members to be like, "Hey, where the heck is she?"
Yeah, and Amberlynn just did not care.
Yeah. And so that's around when I started my channel because I was like, bro, what the heck? Like,
yeah, like what the hell's going on?
I think that was like my 5th video. I covered that. And so the next video or whatever, or, you know, they basically were trying to say like, hey, Tina sent somebody to Christina's house to get Queens in trouble.
Okay.
And this is why people speculated that Amber was in on it because Amber has beef with Queens and with Glass. So it's like, okay, so the 2 channels that Amber has beef with are getting in trouble to a point where they could get terminated from the LCU.
Yeah.
So it smelled stinky from the beginning. But Christina said that basically people ran by her house screaming about like how much money was owed, like literally right after Tina had mentioned it, as if Tina like mentioned it, texted people to go drive by her house and harass her and throw shit at her house.
And do we know that actually happened or is that hearsay?
It's not hearsay, nor did it actually happen. Full fabrication.
Oh,
Did not happen. She just lied about it.
All right. I love how with every bit of current events that comes out of this community, the question has to be like, okay, so what is the probability of this actually having happened?
Yeah, people pretty much were like, it didn't happen because Christina has footage. Like, she has cameras around her house, and she refused to release any footage to Keemstar. Like, it wouldn't be public, you know, it's not a matter of doxing.
Yeah.
It would be to Keemstar, her boss, who already knows where she lives.
Yeah.
And she refused to answer questions to the point where she was able to get her job back, and she said no, because she didn't want to do it. So that pretty much confirms to me that her excuse at the time is that it was putting her children in danger being on the LCU, so she just didn't want to do it anymore.
God, she's acting like this since she has kids.
Yes.
That's rough.
But her excuse was that she didn't want to be on the LCU anymore because it was putting her kids in danger. But then she started a brand new show with Gemini like a week later.
Oh, God.
So it's like, okay, so what was the point? So they go over to, I think it's called Chaotic Chatter. They go over to Chaotic Chatter and start trying to make, like, basically an LCU adjacent show. And they're teasing Amber being on it because Amber's in the comments but won't pop up on screen. But they're like, oh, she might come. So there was a little bit of will she, won't she.
And this is after she got kicked off the LCU or before?
This is during her being kicked off of the LCU, not terminated officially.
Gotcha, just
but
on hiatus.
On strong term hiatus. Because Keem will say he fires somebody, but there's like a little period of time that you have to wait because he fires so many people and they will be back like literally in time for their next shift.
Sure, okay.
So anyways, she posts her video, I'm back, on YouTube and is kissing ass to Keem. She's like, I made some mistakes and, you know, everybody thinks I was in on the Christina AI thing. And I'll say the extent of my involvement on that was inappropriate. Like, doesn't give any freaking details.
Okay. All right. Just, very non-committal answer. Very legalese.
Not committal, but Keem said he wouldn't accept her back without an apology. So people are like, okay, well, you're apologizing.
She needs to say something, but she doesn't want to actually apologize. Okay.
Exactly. And then according to Keemstar, the real reason that she got fired was that on top of all of this, Christina got kicked out of the LCU. And Amber wanted to know what people were saying about her in her fan voice chat.
Oh, jeez.
But she wanted to know what they were saying about her when she wasn't in there. And so she had Christina make an alternate account and go in there and hot mic to Amber so she could hear what her fans were saying, which never made sense to me. This is pretty much confirmed because Amber said a very similar story. Not exactly the same, but very similar.
Yeah.
And so it's pretty much confirmed, but I'm like, she has like diehard fans who would do anything for her. Like, you did not have to do all this. You could have just literally asked somebody who was not banned, and then she would have not gotten fired, because that was the fireable part.
Yeah, I get you. So, I mean, does she have diehard fans, though? Like, are there people who actually unironically like Amberlynn Reid? Or is it more of like a hate-watching thing? Or like, what does an Amberlynn fan look like, I imagine?
Majority of her audience is definitely hate watching.
Okay.
There is a small subsect that I personally like to call pre-hater, because you see a woman on the internet being bullied and you're like, whoa, why is everybody being mean to this lady? Is it just because she's
Yeah, and so they try to make a case for her defense, and they realize, and that's what happened to Snowflake, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what happened to Snowflake. All right. To an extent, that's what happened to me. I would never say I was like a fan and rooting for her, but I saw her on like a try-on haul, and obviously, you know, shock factor of like seeing somebody that size. And so I like checked out some of her vlogs to see what she was about, and you see the comment section, it's like, whoa.
Well, I remember when you first started talking about her way back, like, you didn't make her out to be like this horrible, toxic, Machiavellian, you know, monster.
Yeah, well, I was never like a fan.
Yeah.
She does age like milk, I will say. So the more online she is, the worse she gets.
Oh no.
However, like, even when I didn't like her in the beginning, I think there's like a level of being like, oh, this isn't a good person, but the haters are being crazy. Like, people are just making stuff up.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to your original question. So there's people like that. So you have the haters, the pre-haters, and then you have a small section, like maybe 2% of people that I think genuinely just want to like her. Like, there are pro Amberlynn YouTube channels. People who watch her content and react in a positive manner.
Really?
Yeah. And the thing you have to remember is
like
that...
multiple? That's insane. Okay, alright, sorry. Alright. Yeah, no,
I don't know how many there are. I just know that I have seen at least one, and it was in a video where somebody was talking about multiples, so I can only say that I've seen one, right. But I believe there are multiples. And their rhetoric basically is like, why are you guys like bullying this woman? She's just trying to live her life. Because the thing is, if you're not a hater and you're watching reaction channels, sometimes you'll be watching and it's like somebody will pull out she'll pull out like a shirt, and somebody will be like, ew, that pattern's ugly, and they'll be like, dude, let her live her life, like, it's a cute shirt, like, let her. And you don't know all of the stuff that leads up to
benefit of the doubt. I get you, a devil's advocate.
Yeah, because remember, like, all the stuff she gets called out for, she mostly does not address on her main platform. So if you're not following her on multiple platforms and you're just watching her on YouTube, you miss like 90% of what's going on. I mean, she really, like, I think that maybe she has addressed the Casey thing on her channel, but that's pretty much the only time that she has come out and like given any weight to allegations. And even on the Casey thing, she still to this day claims that happened and that that's like accurate and true.
Okay.
So if you're watching just her channel, you don't really see anything. Mm-hmm. So there's a couple of people there. And then I think the majority of people who claim to be Am babies and don't align with the haters are really just like clout chasing, looking for deeper tea. So they're kind of like frenemies almost, like they're close to her and give her support, but it's mostly because like...
they want to leak the good shit.
They're just choosing a side of the drama to be on, basically. So Amber comes back to her platform and makes this apology. And during the apology, literally says like, oh yeah, if you guys have been wondering where I was on the LCU. Because she claims she loves filming and that she like can't wait to be back. But she didn't post any like even community post tabs being like, hey guys, just a reminder, you can check me out on the LCU. She literally made one post before she disappeared from her YouTube platform. And then talked the whole time on the LCU about how much it was better than doing her vlog. And then she, in her comeback video, was like, oh my gosh, I missed you guys so much. Like, I don't want to go back to the LCU. I just want to do this.
I mean, it seems like she's just not good at the social media thing, at the actual, like, entertainer product, at getting that out, despite that being her, you know, multi-million-dollar career at this point. Like, it just seems like she's genuinely just bad at it.
Yeah.
And that makes me wonder now, like, if she had, like, a producer, somebody who's actually, like, professional and not, like, some, you know, romantic interest, like, could you, in theory, as like an agent, clean up Amberlynn? And part of me wants to say maybe, but the rest of me is like, oh, no.
So here's the thing. I think she would actually do great harm to her career by getting a publicist or anything like that. Because the only reason she has a platform is because of reaction channels.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
And so, to a degree, her being bad at her job is actually her being good at her job. Because if she got better at it, like, people would talk about her less.
Oh, man. All right, so it's turtles all the way down. Okay.
Turtles, what the heck?
It's convoluted. It's, it's like, okay, if the Earth is flat, it's like, well, what is the Earth on? It's like the Earth is on the back of a giant celestial turtle.
Oh,
what is the turtle riding?
Okay, I'm with you.
Another celestial turtle. It's turtles all the way down.
Okay, I'll pull the meme. Okay, so that was her comeback video. And then after her comeback video, she immediately gets demonetized again. Not only that, but So basically what happened, that was like the catalyst for this, is that she reported chaotic chatter for something. I don't remember what the detail was on that, but that's Christina and Gemini's show.
Okay.
And Christina and Gemini didn't like that, so they basically got people allegedly to mass report Amber. And so I think that's where the ban kind of started. There's some like speculation on a bunch of different things that could have happened. That's my belief.
I know mass reporting campaigns, that kind of thing happens, but...
Yeah. However, during this time as well, Gemini, on his own live stream, because he lives separate from that, had made a potential threat against Zachary Michael. He said it was a joke. But because of that, Zachary Michael made a video on that, and a year ago, this is like really coming out of the woodwork, a year ago, Zachary Michael had talked to a journalist. The journalist saw Zachary Michael's video, and she is still working on her Girl World article. And so she reached out to YouTube and said, hey, quick question, why are you allowing somebody to have a platform that is making threats? And so Gemini's channel gets in trouble for that. Amber's channel is struck, so she can't post on her channel anymore.
Okay.
And then the journalist brings up the LCU, and so the LCU has to take down every single video that Amber appears in, which is the real reason that Amber has her thing. So she got the strike, and then they were like, oh crap, like we remonetized her through the automatic system. This is like allegedly, this is what people think happened.
Okay.
So she gets a strike. People are like, oh, we remonetized her. We weren't supposed to because that's ban evading. That draws their attention to the LCU stuff, and they like kind of link it all together, and they're like, oh, she was making money during her ban on YouTube, which is not allowed. It's ban evading. So we have to now strike her channel again. So she's got a 90-day ban on YouTube. If we believe Amber. If we believe Keemstar, it is a permanent ban.
And so that remains to be seen.
Remains to be seen. Amber keeps talking about it like she's waiting for these 90 days to come up. But Keemstar swears up and down that she can't get another job. Huh. So.
The hell's she going to do without YouTube? Because it seems like her entire thing is there.
Thank you. That is what we are all saying. Because she's like so freaking lazy. She literally still has a decent platform because she had a Discord. She is on TikTok unmonetized. So like they're not going to like ban her or strike her down or anything like that. So she has places where she can be like, hey guys, just so you know, I'm going live over here, and people would follow. So, okay.
I just imagine she goes to Twitch.
Well, that's what we were talking about. Like if she went to Twitch and became a gamer girl.
Oh no.
Apparently she's pretty good at Fortnite. I did not know that. But me and one of my friends were talking about her trying to figure out Among Us and do like the deception game.
Oh, nice.
But okay, so during this time, Keemstar behind the scenes is trying to make a show on Kick. Are you familiar with Kick? Not K-I-K. K-I-C-K.
Yeah,
platform.
No, I know. It's a streaming platform.
Yeah. So Keemstar was trying to make a show with Amber over there because he has one Kick LOLCOW universe show. So he was going to make another one with Amber. But Amber, in her infinite wisdom, because she is just such a smart girly pop who claims to have a 140 IQ.
Oh, absolutely.
She goes to Life of Ron's server, which he used to be a lol, and Gemini and Christina are in his Discord server as well. So she goes to a server of people that don't like her and says, hey guys, I'm working on a secret project with Keemstar to stream on Kick. can anybody be a showrunner for me?
Oh, no.
And so obviously Gemini and Christina are like, ooh, hot tea, like, let's spill this. So they go onto their live stream and talk about it, which immediately every reaction channel, myself included, is like, hey, y'all, this is what's going on. And so Keemstar's pissed off because he, like, famously does not like his shows announced.
This hush-hush sort of deal is now public knowledge.
Yeah, and he, like, famously does not like his stuff to be announced early, to the point where, like, if he's moving hosts around, like, he had Zay change her hair color for a show that she was going to be on. He would not let her dye her hair until the night before because he was nervous that people would figure out that her hair color corresponded to her new show.
Ah.
So
it really seems like what Keemstar needs to do then is weaponize the incompetence of other people, to where, because if you think about that on, like, kind of a tactical level, there's a certain amount of potential there, to where if you know someone is going to say some stupid shit and it's going to be leaked and it's going to be accepted as absolute fact, whether or not of how true it is, you can just do that. You can just have somebody, you know, put something out there, and you could get creative with that.
Well, he did, to an extent, weaponize Amber's big mouth when she was on the LCU. Not as much as he could have, and he really babied her on there because she brought good money, but that's beside the point. So,
and she didn't do the fat camp, did she?
Oh, God, he wanted her to so bad. He said he was going to come pick her up. No, she said she couldn't because Tommy was coming to visit her, which is like, you haven't seen your girlfriend in a year. You can't book it for 1 week out extra so you could go to fat camp. Really?
No, she didn't want to go.
No, she didn't want to go because they make you do stuff at fat camp. At fat camp, I know I talk about them going and drinking in excess a lot, but at the end of it, there's like a week where they make some of the larger people at fat camp actually exercise. So I think that's why Amber really didn't want to go. Yeah,
that would be my guess. It's just anything to where she has to do physical exertion is just going to be a no-go. Just from all the videos I've seen, no, that ain't happening.
Yeah. So basically, Keemstar tries to get the show together with her.
The corn maze. Can't even do a corn maze.
Keemstar tries to get the show put together with her. She spills the beans. This is the second time she's done this to Keem. I really thought he was going to change his mind and decide to do it. And he's getting married right now. He's taking like a 3-month break.
Keemstar?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's still on air or whatever, but he said he wouldn't be back until August. So, you know, there's a chance that she might go on to kick with Keemstar. So that's option number 1 that she could do, but he says that he's not doing it with her anymore. So she kind of like ruined that. Then she's like, oh, well, I can go on TikTok live, but I've been banned from PayPal. But, oh, wait, according to Amber, this whole time, which keep in mind, it's been years that she's been saying she's been banned on PayPal because she had this earring business where she was selling mystery earring packs on Depop. And then she found out that you're not allowed to do that. So she had to give immediate refunds, but then she couldn't figure out how to do the refunds. So she never gave the refunds or the products. And so people reported her. And so PayPal was like, hey, you're like a scamming merchant. You can't be on our platform. And TikTok will only pay you through PayPal, or there's a second option, but it's like really unknown, like Payoneer or something like that. But anyways, so she comes back. It's been years since she's been banned on PayPal, allegedly. And she goes, hey guys, turns out I wasn't banned. I just forgot my password. It's like, what are you
kidding me?
About?
What the
So I don't know what happened. I don't know if she lied about being banned on PayPal or if she actually was banned and got around it because somebody said that was the case at one point or what. But either way, she was apparently able to be monetized on TikTok. So she does a TikTok live. During the TikTok live, she goes, can you listen to music on TikTok? And everybody's like, no, like it's copyrighted. And she Googles it and she's like, ha, yes, you can. And it literally says, yes, you can play music you own. And she's like, I don't own any music. And then plays a Justin Bieber song, like possibly one of the most like, I'm going to get you musicians.
Jesus.
So she plays it on her live. I don't think she got in trouble for that. Somebody said that she only made $57 on her TikTok live. She got a ton of gifts, but they're all like low gifts or whatever. So anyways, I don't know what happened with that. She said she'd be on the next day, never came back. So I don't know if she's like not allowed to earn money on TikTok anymore because of the song she played. She says it's because she didn't make enough money and she makes more money on Cameo, which granted, if she did make $57 on TikTok, she makes $60 per Cameo. So even one Cameo a day is more than she's making on TikTok.
Who would pay for a Cameo from Amberlynn Reid?
A lot of people, apparently. People are speculating that it's Tommy, though, because she's only been getting one a day.
Are they, like, weird, like...
So, I understand what you're trying to say, and just to make it YouTube safe, I'm not trying to cut you off.
No, I get you. No, that's... Yeah.
People have speculated that it is possible that her TikToks are
of that
Tommy's,
nature.
But there's no confirmation on that. And she's only been getting one a day. And we know that she's already asked Tommy to buy one from her. So people are speculating that Tommy is buying one a day just to make it look active, but we don't know for sure. So either way, that's option number 2 would be her TikTok, but she never went live again. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I've been checking like daily and I have not seen her back on there, monetized or unmonetized. Then her alternate avenues aside from that is that she could start her own Kick show or start streaming on Twitch. But she doesn't want to learn anything new, so she won't do it.
Okay.
So then a little bit of time passes. She's making money off of the cameos that she's doing, which is not much.
No, not a lot.
Yeah, and then suddenly there's a picture that's posted on a Kick show that Life of Ron has that has Amber in the banner for like an hour or something like that. So anyways, that kind of makes it seem like she's going to do a show with Life of Ron, but then Life of Ron says he doesn't want to do it because it's been leaked. But that wasn't Amber leaking it. That would have been like his fault for leaking it. You know what I mean? So it's just like a repeat of the Keemstar thing.
Yeah.
Which my personal opinion is that Amber had talked about a friend of Life of Ron who had passed away and was kind of mocking the situation. And so Ron had done some revenge stuff to her. I don't really want to get into the details on that because this is already getting long. That might have to be its own thing. But anyway, so Ron had already reenacted some vengeance upon Amber and said he wasn't done. And then the next thing we know, they're potentially working on a show behind the scenes. So it's my opinion that Ron just made up the show as a way to like get Amber excited and then just pull it out from underneath her feet as like part of his trying to make her feel shitty for what she did about his friend.
Yeah.
But no confirmation on that so far. So her last option really is just to either suck it up and get on Twitch or Kick by herself and just figure out how to do it, or to figure out the cameo nonsense, which she raised to $70. So I think she's running out of money. But yeah, so that'll happen.
How do you run out of money making as much as she was, though? That's insane.
I don't know. I think that she's like a little bit lying about how much money she has, though. I think she has more put aside than she says she does.
I can't even imagine. Because you said for a while it was like $10,000 a month or something like that, or
for years she was saying $10,000 a month. Now she does have a shopping habit that's really bad, as well as her DoorDash.
Yeah, DoorDash is probably her biggest expense, honestly.
Yeah, I think talking about spending like $4,000 or $5,000 on DoorDash at one point.
What?
Yeah,
a month?
A month.
$4,000 a month on? That's like 2 mortgage payments.
Mm-hmm. Her rent is $1,800 right now, so that's
DoorDash?
two rent payments. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, though that's unfathomable.
So,
how many days are in a month? 30?
30 to 31, yeah.
For the viewers who can't see, I'm pulling out a calculator right now. Okay, $133 a day.
She says she gets it 3 times a day, so that kind of does
track.
track.
Yeah, that checks out. I mean, and especially given the quantity I'm sure she's eating, that's $44 every order. Yeah, no.
I mean, she's ordered like sushi from DoorDash and stuff too. Ugh. So, and
sushi from DoorDash.
I mean, if it's close by, I would do it if I was like really in a pinch,
I guess.
But yeah, so that's her money making opportunities. There's really not a whole lot going on outside of that. I am gonna fill you on the Discord real quick, and then her Tommy drama, but then I'm gonna let you off the hook for this level of reintroduction to the Amberverse. So
alrighty.
So she started her own Discord because during the LCU she had a Discord for both of her shows. That's just like provided by the LCU.
Yeah.
And the hosts are supposed to be in there a little bit.
To moderate, I guess.
Not to moderate. It's like a perk. You know,
okay.
You're making people pay to be in there.
Sure.
And so it's kind of like, hey, be in here. You can connect with other people who enjoy the show.
Touching base and making an appearance. Okay.
Exactly. And so like sometimes your host might pop up. So as an example, in Glass, after the show, a lot of times Rosie will be in the Discord for, maybe an hour to 3 hours. Sometimes she's on all night, but that's not every single night.
Mm-hmm.
And then Zay will pop in for, like, they do movie nights. She'll watch the movie with people. And every once in a while she's in there, but it's not like an all-day thing.
Yeah.
Amber would be in there for, like, 18 hours, man.
Oof.
Like, it would literally be so freaking long. 18 hours might be a stretch, but it was like literally enough time for her to sleep and do her show, and every other waking moment she was on the Discord. It was like becoming a problem how much she was on there. So once she left the LCU, I think she really missed that part of, like, people called it her hug box, because anytime she would like leave her because that's the other thing, she would like leave her show and go hang out in there because she would get pissed off about what people were saying on the show.
And she'd go decompress in the Discord. Oh, that's
Except for that they film on Discord, so they would drag her back. And so when she left, she really missed it. And so she thought, in her infinite wisdom, knowing the kind of people that follow her, she would make a Discord free public access with, like, practically no mods. She had a couple, I don't know the exact number, but they were all, like, I would not put my faith in them. Let's put it that way. So she starts this Discord. I think it starts off paid, if I'm not mistaken, and she's asking people to send IDs to her, not to Discord.
Send their ID?
Their government ID to a woman who has been known to
dox people. Yeah, no, that.
And then people didn't like the fact that, I think she started it with Gemini, which I still don't understand the whole situation, because they say they're friends and then they say they're not friends and they act in a way that's friendly, but, like, Gemini, I believe, is just, like, doing what he can for $1,
Okay.
So anyways, she stops asking for the IDs at some point. She makes it free. And I think it's really funny. She makes it free when Emily starts going horseback riding again. So I'm like, okay, so your girlfriend is doing a hobby where you can't talk to her because she's, like, out in the wild. And all of a sudden, you're making your Discord free. Public access. Like, clearly she just, like, didn't have enough time to talk to Tommy because Tommy was out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Which somebody made a comment on Emily's TikTok where she was going horseback riding that I thought you would appreciate. They said, your love of things that weigh like a ton is never ending.
That's pretty good.
So Mr. Delulu coded.
It does sound like something I would say. There's a theme in your hobbies here.
So anyway, so she makes the Discord public, I think, like, I don't know, it must have been like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So we're, like, pretty much up to current day. And almost immediately, people are like, hey, there's a lot of stuff going on in here, which I'm going to give it to you just real light because I'm going to have to use YouTube terms, and that makes me feel like a freaking idiot. I hate that they make us talk like this, but basically, people were sending around, like, Bluey and stuff like that, corn. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yep, I get it.
And, like, other children's show corn, things of that nature. Also, there was a minor, which one of my commenters said that people were trying to make it sound worse than it is because it was, like, a 17-year-old. Just to be clear, I don't know how old this person was, and I'm not, like, obscuring it to make it sound more scandalous. I don't know how old they were.
Not checking IDs over here.
Yeah, we're not checking IDs, but still a minor, with the word "and baby" on their bare chest.
Ugh.
And so things of that nature were going on. Now, if you're some kind of sick freak and that doesn't bother you or make you feel riled up enough, there was other things going on, like multiple people bullying people to the point of being like, hey, take yourself out. And they would be like, no, actually, I'm, like, actually really going through something right now and I need support. I'm actually thinking about self-deleting. And they'd be like, yeah, and you should. So, it's kind of a, like, pick your poison of what part you think is worse. Amber swears blind that this stuff is not going on and that reaction channels are blowing it out of the water. But I have seen receipts of this stuff. It's just I can't ever grab them fast enough to put them in my video. And the one person who did grab them fast enough had to private it because of a privacy strike. So I feel that it is confirmed, but we can say allegedly if that makes Amber feel better. So anyways, so all that's going on. And then she decides, okay, I'm going to make it 18 plus. So she sets it as 18 plus, but it's just a button to press like, I accept that I'm 18 plus.
Yeah.
She doesn't do like because you can have people send their IDs to Discord. She doesn't do that. She just has it be a button. And then she posts this whole long thing on her Discord saying like, oh, if you guys want me to put IDs on it, then I will. But if I put IDs on it, I'm going to charge you guys because like I'm trying to make it easy and all people want to do is complain. So she puts up the restriction wall and then starts charging like $10 for access and immediately has to take the charge down because everybody freaking left because nobody wants to pay. I guess they'll be in there if there's CP floating around and like people being told to off themselves, but paying $10 a month is just where they draw the line.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, just to clarify, I'm not saying every single person in there was enacting like bad stuff. There was 2,000 people in there. I'm sure there was plenty of like normal conversation going on.
In a Discord that big, if something like that happens, like individual people can't be held to account for that kind of thing, I don't think.
Well, and there's different channels and stuff. Like I've been parts of Discords where there's like 18 tabs and I'm only in 2 of them. So, you know,
yeah.
I just thought that was a funny joke. So like if you were in the server, don't take it personal or whatever. I was just making a joke. But anyway, so she ends up taking down the paywall, and then I posted a video being like, dude, she should have deleted the server. And that day she deletes the server. Obviously not because of me. I think she deleted it before my video even posted, but I was just like, finally she's having some common sense here. So as of today, the server is deleted. Now, I believe it was yesterday the Tommy stuff came out or something like that. But basically a couple days ago, her and Tommy broke up. Amber said that she broke up with Tommy, which she has never broken up with a girlfriend. So that was already like...
Yeah, dubious.
Yes.
I'm skeptical of that.
Exactly. But she says that she broke up with Tommy. And then later that same night or early in the next morning, depending on your time zone, she's like, we're back together. And people were speculating it's because she was in Zio's DMs again. You know, the girl who was on oxygen.
Yeah.
In the hospital. So there's a little bit of proof that could be the case, but then literally the next day, a bunch of receipts came out that Tommy was talking to a bunch of other girls on like Snapchat and stuff like that. And Amber was like demanding more information. Like somebody was like, hey, just to let you know, like Tommy was talking to somebody, and she was like, well, what does the girl look like? Is she overweight? Is she somebody that Tommy
is
would
she
be
bigger
into?
than me?
Literally. And then the girl was like, I don't know, I'm just sharing what I know with you. And she was like, well, give me like the information. And she was like, well, the girl's name is blah 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 and she's on this platform. And she was like, no, like link it. And it's like, dude, do a little work on your own.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Spoon feed me all the information.
But anyway, so as of right now, her and Emily are supposedly back together. I don't know what's going to happen with all this cheating stuff because now it's getting really, really public. And so I don't know what's going on with that. But you are all caught up into the Amberlynn lore. You look like you are ready to self-delete. So
I'm doing great.
do you have any final remarks on what's going on or what you think will go on?
No, not really. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen because I feel like at this stage in her infamy, in her career, if you want to call it that, being with an alleged feeder is kind of like the pinnacle. Like, how do you really top that? So if she somehow, if Amberlynn Reed somehow f***s up a relationship with a literal alleged feeder, then is that rock bottom or is that a new height? Like, it's one or the other, and I don't know which.
Well, it's kind of a if a tree falls in the forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a sound kind of thing? Because if she does mess up the relationship with Tommy, but she has no platform to capitalize on it. Like, she's just messing up her life for fun right now, you know? Like, there's no profit in it.
Doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know where she's gonna, like, if I had to speculate, I think that she will patch it up with Tommy. There's a new documentary coming out about feederism right now, and Tommy's been in the DMs of a couple of the girls on the show. And so I'm like, okay, I think Tommy may move on from Amber to find some, because I think Tommy is partially with Amber because of the fame. Because
maybe
Tommy was talking to another YouTuber when she got together with Amber.
Huh. Okay.
And Tommy, there's a video circulating from Tommy being online about 15 years ago saying that she wanted to be an internet sensation. So now that this documentary is coming out featuring a lot of larger women and Tommy is sliding into DMs.
Maybe she can get the internet fame without the that inherently comes with it.
Right.
Oh man, what a cluster.
So I speculate that Tommy will move on to another person, and Amber's gonna have to do something online to make money, because who's gonna hire Amber, really? She's got like a huge gap in her resume.
Oh, I almost don't want to say it out loud because I feel like that's putting it out there and that's real bad juju. But there's the website that starts with O and F, and no.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Oh God.
that's probably her best option at this point, because a lot of people would pay for that. And she was asking about it too. She was like, do you think I can make money being on OF fully clothed? She was like, just doing, I think she said weird girl stuff.
Weird girl stuff.
I don't remember how she phrased it, but the way she phrased it was so funny to me.
Oh my God. All right.
And then somebody mentioned, like eating on camera, and she was like, oh my God, I didn't mean like that. And I'm like, so what weird girl stuff do you think people would pay for?
All right, I give up. That's.
I speculate that she will get on Kick with either Keemstar or Life of Ron. If she does not do that, then she's gonna have to figure something else out, because I don't think she's gonna get YouTube back, and she's really banking on that right now. She really thinks she's gonna get it back.
Well, time will tell.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this far into the video. If you made it this far, stay Delulu, but not that Delulu. Catch you in the next one.